Each type of airbag system has unique repair associated with it. Each will be covered in detail. In a frontal collision severe enough to deploy the driver and passenger airbag, the following components must be replaced. Front airbags, impactor crash zone sensor, the diagnosis sensor unit, and front seatbelt assemblies. Some front seatbelt assemblies also included pre-tensioners, but regardless of the type, they must be replaced. The rear seatbelt that was unused at the time of the collision should also be replaced. The following must be inspected after a front collision has resulted in airbag deployment: the instrument panel, steering wheel, spiral cable, and all SRS harnesses and connectors. Begin the repairs by disconnecting the battery. Leave it disconnected until the procedure is completed. Wait at least 3 minutes before beginning the repairs if any airbag modules in a vehicle did not deploy. Never use a multimeter to check any airbag circuit. When set to certain measuring ranges, the meter generates a current which could trigger the bag. Don't expose an airbag module to temperatures exceeding 90 degrees centigrade. Airbag which has been removed should be kept in a safe place with air covers facing upward. If they are to be left unattended for some time, then store them in a strong cardboard box and protect them with foam. If an airbag module has been accidentally dropped or it sustains an impact, then it must be replaced. Remove the steering wheel using a suitable puller. Never strike any portion of the steering wheel or column to remove the steering wheel. This can damage the spiral cable, the steering column, or other components. Lay the steering wheel on the bench and make sure it is not bent or otherwise damaged. If it is okay, test fit the new airbag on the steering wheel to ensure it is the correct part and that it fits. If it will not fit or there are other signs of damage, replace the steering wheel as well. Inspect the spiral cable and connectors. If there is any sign of damage such as burn marks, damaged wirings, connectors, or housing, replace the spiral cable. If the spiral cable appears to be okay, check it for continuity. If it is visually okay and has continuity, it can be reused. If there is no continuity, replace the spiral cable. When replacing the spiral cable, follow the applicable service procedure and make sure it is installed with this mark aligned while the front wheel is pointed straight ahead. The spiral cable is only designed to rotate approximately 2.5 turns in either direction. If it is installed incorrectly, such as in the centered position when the wheels are not straight ahead, the spiral cable could break during turning maneuvers and it will have to be replaced again. Once driver's side airbag components are inspected and replaced as necessary, reinstall the steering wheel and new airbag module. Be sure to torque the fastener to the required specification. After removing the front passenger airbag assembly, remove the instrument panel for inspection. Refer to the service manual for the inspection procedure for the particular vehicle you are servicing. If no damage is found, reinstall the instrument panel. If it is damaged, replace it and install it with new bolts. When installing any airbag modules, always use new bolts. Do not reuse bolts coated with sealant. Do not use bolts from an airbag that has been removed. Locate the SRS diagnosis sensor unit and replace it. Note the arrow on the case, indicating this end faces toward the front of the vehicle. Install the new diagnosis sensor unit with new bolts and manually torque them according to the service manual specifications. Never use an impact wrench to tighten this fastener to prevent stripping the thread. The diagnosis sensor unit grounds through the mounting bolts, and they must be adequately torqued to ensure a good ground. Inspect all SRS harnesses and connectors. If any damage is found, the damaged portion of the harness must be replaced. Never repair, splice, or modify any SRS harness. On vehicles with seatbelt pre-tensioners, replace both front seat belts after a collision in which the front airbag was deployed, even if there was no occupant in the passenger seat. This is necessary because the pre-tensioners deploy in conjunction with the front airbags and must not be reused. If it is known that other occupants were in the rear seating position, replace those belts as well. Inspect all seatbelts assemblies and related components. Check the seatbelt guides and the shoulder belt height adjuster for the front seat. Fully extend each seatbelt and check the webbing for twists, tears, or other damage. Allow the seatbelt to retract to ensure it operates smoothly and retracts completely. This includes checking the seatbelt warning lamps and chime. When side airbags have been deployed, follow a similar inspection and repair process. Before servicing SRS, turn the ignition switch off, disconnect both battery cables and wait at least 3 minutes. Always work from the rear of the airbag module. Replace the following after a side airbag deployment on vehicles equipped with side airbags, but not side curtain airbags. Side airbag module and seat back assembly on deployed side. Satellite sensor on the collision side. Diagnosis sensor unit with new bolts. Damaged trim components due to the airbag deployment. Inspect all SRS-related harness and connectors and seat belt assemblies and replace them as needed. On side curtain airbag-equipped vehicles, remove the side curtain airbag module and damaged trim pieces on the collision side. Ensure all sheet metal repairs are made properly by test fitting installation of the new side curtain module. If it does not fit properly, do not force it to fit. The body shop sheet metal must be repaired to original specifications. Inspect the harness and connectors for the side curtain airbag module. Replace the harness if any damage is found. Replace the seat back assembly on the seat for which the side airbag is deployed. Inspect the SRS harness and replace it if any damage was found. Replace the side impact satellite sensor assembly on the collision side. As with all crash sensors, do not strike or drop the sensor. If the sensor is dropped, it must be replaced. Replace the diagnosis sensor unit and inspect the harness and connectors. If either the harness or connectors are damaged, replace it.